Okay, so the first thing you'll do is click Spotlight, type in audio, and hit return on Audio MIDI setup. Having done that, go to the plus sign, create a project, and then rename it. And when you name the project, give it a meaningful name, including your last name. Check all four boxes next to the Shure Digital sign, and then quit Audio MIDI. Back to Spotlight, type in GarageBand, and open GarageBand. Select Voice, click that, choose, and then give your interview a name, your last name, interviewing, and then whoever you're interviewing. That's important. Give it a good name that's descriptive. Alright, open the new project. The first thing you're going to do is turn both tracks to no effects. So don't record this with any weird sound filters going on. Okay, having done that, you're going to set up for bringing in the audio MIDI. So under track, enable multiple tracks, and then to GarageBand again, pull that down and click GarageBand Preferences. Don't confuse that with Apple Preferences. Select Audio MIDI, and then indicate that you want to use your aggregate. Say yes, and then you can close that window. Now this is very important. You need to make sure that both red buttons on the tracks are set up. If you get this, can't enable track for recording, acknowledge it. Come over to Input Source and go to the other channel. Change that. And now both red dots should be clickable. You can't proceed until both those red dots are on. Alright. Next, you'll hit the big record button at the bottom, and you're in business. Healthy waveforms look pretty much like this. So that's one microphone activated, perhaps your interviewee. And after your interviewee responds, you may pose a question, and your waveform on the channel that corresponds to your mic will look like this. And so if you've achieved this, you should be in good shape. All of this is basically contingent on proper setup of the microphones, something of its own topic. Just a few reminders, however, when you're in the field. Make sure that the USB power light at the bottom of the converter is on and steady orange. Make sure also that your levels are set correctly and that they're bopping between green and yellow during each person's comment. Finally, make sure that the headphones are plugged into the converter associated with the interviewee. And if the headphones aren't working, make sure you check the jack connection, that it's plugged all the way in, and that the volume on the converter that corresponds to the headphones, it's a middle switch, is up to a high enough volume for people to hear. So those are a number of ways in which you can run into trouble if you don't pay attention. So just take your time and do your best to get good audio. So best of luck with your interview. I look forward to hearing your recordings.